After witnessing Tamura being slapped by his father, Midoriya rushed forward, but an invisible barrier stopped him just inches away. No matter how hard he pushed, he couldn't break through. Tamura's father told him that Nana wasn't his grandmother. She was a demon who abandoned her own child. Heroes only help outsiders while hurting their own families, so Tamura should forget her. Hearing this shattered Nana's heart. Her son hadn't kept the photo out of love, but because he couldn't throw it away. Her pain had passed to Tamura. She wished that if she had defeated All for One back then, she could have been there to pick up her child. Deku shouted, begging the seventh to help. Together, they used all their strength to pierce the barrier. Nana could only apologize to her son before dissolving along with the remnants of the past, silently accepting responsibility. Half of Tamura's face appeared, and Midoriya said goodbye with his eyes. Immediately, he was pulled into another memory, the moment Tamura destroyed his family. The first victim was the beloved family dog. Decay had awakened. His sister, terrified, wet herself. His younger brother, seeing the dog reduced to a puddle of blood, lost all reason. Panicking, Tamura ran after his sister, unaware. Midoriya intervened, no matter the cost. This was the origin of all the sins. Stopping it here might allow One for All's full power to succeed. Even in agony, Deku held on. When Tamura asked why, he said, "Because you're crying." Negative emotions flooded out. Tamura believed he destroyed his home on purpose, thinking no one could ever accept him. His hatred surged. Deku's hands nearly shattered, but he held on. Tamura thought that if someone had reached out to him back then, things would have been different. That someone now was Midoriya, who himself had been saved by friends in his darkest moment. Deku's hands disintegrated completely, yet he said, "I came here to take your hand, so it's okay now." Only then did Tamura's emotions soften, and Deku's feelings washed into him, erasing his hatred. He remembered playing with childhood friends who pretended he was a hero among them. Then the faces of villains appeared, comrades who, despite their evil, still saw him as a hero. Outside, the battle slowed. Tamura's body began to crumble, as if disintegrating himself. Everyone thought it was over, but another memory appeared, a third person. This man had befriended Tamura's father when he was young, shared personal stories, and asked about his son's quirk. Tamura and Deku froze, confused. A moment later, a giant faceless head swallowed them whole. It was All for One. He called Tamura a foolish vessel for letting Midoriya influence him. Everything became clear. Deku was pushed out of Tamura's memories. AFO regained control because Tamura had grown weak. AFO explained that everything in Tamura's life had been orchestrated by him. To steal One for All, he needed a soul strong and evil enough to erode All Might's will. He spent years cultivating unbreakable hatred. The friend his father had spoken to was AFO himself. With a few manipulative words, he twisted the father's view of heroes, stole Tamura's dormant power, and planted ambition and desire in him. Once everything was ready, AFO re-entered as the good guy and granted Tamura a stolen quirk from the lab. From that moment, Tamura became nothing but destruction. Every tragedy in his life had been planned. Having lost all strength, Tamura's soul completely collapsed. Deku was furious but powerless. The world was again in danger. The most evil being had returned, fully revived. Midoriya had lost almost all power, and both arms. He struggled to stand using only his head. AFO didn't care. With no targets left, he decided to destroy the world. Just then, Deku's friends arrived. His danger sense had failed due to weakness, so AFO didn't dodge. Sato, Ojiro, and Sero landed first blows, followed by Aizawa stepping out of a portal. Earlier, Aizawa and Present Mic had tried desperately to wake their old friend. After countless punches, Aizawa sensed something and stopped Meek, seeing tears on their friend's face. He said, "Yamada, we're heroes and UA teachers." Memories returned. All three cried. Aizawa contacted HQ to launch a counterattack. Monoma was exhausted. Aizawa teleported first to the shelter, confirming control over Kurogiri, urging everyone to join. Many volunteered immediately. The stadium, where the dangerous criminal Giga rampaged, received portals full of heroes. Everyone gathered, like a scene from a superhero movie. Aizawa asked Deku how long ago he lost his arms. Deku didn't know. Time was strange inside memories. Fortunately, the little girl had already broken off her horn for Aizawa. It was the only way to help. She apologized, but understood. Just a fragment of the horn could rewind injuries. She wished to sing for everyone one day, asking heroes to win and return. Aizawa touched Deku with the horn. His arms regenerated, but only for a few minutes. They had to be careful. Deku, now restored, could no longer afford to lose. Heroes stepped out of the portals, giving him strength. He clenched his fists, looked at the final enemy, and prepared for the last battle.